80% of being a manifester is mindset. 80% of everything you want in life is having the mindset that says, I am worth it, I deserve it, I can have it. So today we're going to spend 2 hours and you're going to learn how to be a master manifester. You can manifest anything. I always believe that you can have whatever you want with bells on, but you just got to know how to get it. And we're not really taught how to get what we want. We're taught the wrong way. So I'm going to ask you a question today. Who had breakfast? Who had breakfast this morning? If you had toast or bread, leave your hand up. I'm not going to say, oh, that's not keto and it's really bad. If you had toast or bread for breakfast, put your hand up. Who puts butter on their toast? Put their hand up. Who puts margarine on their toast? Put their hand up. Nobody puts margarine on their toast. Why is that? Shout out, if you don't mind, why you don't put margarine on your toast. It's plastic. It's very what else? It's toxic. It's bad for you. So I'm going to do a little demo here, and I want you all to remember this. So we've got some bread here, and we've got some butter. This is the good stuff. And we've got the disgusting stuff. This is never rots margarine, but I want you to see what happens. I'm going to put some margarine. Pretend this is hot toast. I'm going to put margarine on here. I'm going to put butter on here. And I want you to tell me, what's the difference? One toast has got margarine, but pretend it's hot. It was hot, but it got cold. What's the difference between the margarine and the butter? As far as the toast is concerned. As far as the toast is concerned, what's the difference between margarine and butter? Nothing. The toast must let in whatever you put on it. So if your mind was a piece of toast or indeed a piece of bread, it's going to let in whatever you present to it. It doesn't go, oh, this is good, this is organic, grass-fed butter from New Zealand, and this is that disgusting plastic. It must let it in. So if your mind was like a piece of toast, whatever you put on the toast, it absorbs, it sinks in. Whatever you put on your mind, it absorbs, it sinks in. So nobody will go, hey, I'm going to put some deodorant on my toast today. I just feel like being crazy. I'm going to put some face cream on my toast. Why not? I'm going to put vinegar on my toast. Some people like that. Put vinegar on my toast. And what's going to happen with the face cream and the deodorant? A bit more deodorant, why not? What's going to happen to that? It's going to go in. The toast cannot reject whatever you give it, but guess what? Neither can your mind. And if you want to teach kids what happens when you let in negative stuff, do this. Take some disgusting rancid oil, all kinds of things, and put it on the bread and show them this is your brain, and whatever you present to it, it will let in, it will absorb, it will sink in. Well, your mind's job is to make your thoughts real. What do you think your job is? Anyone know? Think better thoughts all the time. Sure, you can have a day off, a night off, an hour off, a week off, but if your mind is making your thoughts real, then you better think better thoughts, because your mind doesn't know. It's like the toast doesn't know, doesn't care. Whatever you introduce to your mind, it will go in. So we already know that we think a thought and our body makes it real. Every thought you think is not a thought. It's a blueprint that your mind, your body, your very psyche work to make. And if we only knew, hey, this is not a thought, this is a blueprint. So we're going to learn all today how we can change everything by changing a thought. That's all you have to do, your whole life, change a thought. So the first step is a thought. Thought comes first. If you want to manifest anything, you got to think these 2 thoughts, and they're so easy. I'm worth it, I deserve it, I'm worth it, I deserve it. When you do that, let's do it now. Just all say, I'm worth it, I deserve it. I'm worthy of the most amazing love that lasts my entire life. Say that, I'm worthy of the most amazing love that lasts my entire life. I deserve the most amazing love that lasts my entire life. Here's a rule of the mind. It's one of the most vexing ones for therapists. Your mind likes what is familiar. If you put butter and jam on your toast every day and then just have it dry, I think, I don't really like it. If you take sugar out of your coffee, you don't like it. But after a while, I think, oh, no, I prefer it now. The mind likes what is familiar, wants to go back, doesn't like what is unfamiliar. So your job is to make good stuff familiar. So that's your first step. And you cannot shortcut this step, because if you're saying it and not feeling and not believing it, you haven't done it. You've got to say it until it feels real. You can want stuff for a long time. Hoping and wishing, say to your mind, well, keep on hoping and wishing. You're never going to have it. Requiring is very different. So think of something you require. It can be anything. It can be health. It can be wealth. It can be joy. It can be love. It can be success. It can be anything at all. But think of something that you require for yourself. So whatever you want, you're never going to get it until you believe you're worth it. And if you get it without believing you're worth it, guess what you'll do? Get rid of it. When you start to go, I'm worth it, you might think, actually, I'm really not. I'm really not. And that's okay, because when you uncover that, you get to think, well, I have to work on that. I don't believe I'm worth money. I can't tell people how much I want to be paid. People say, how much is it? I go, it's $150, and I kind of say it out of the corner of my mouth. I got to learn to sit and go, investing in me, $300, and it's worth every penny. So you got to get comfortable with what's uncomfortable. You got to get familiar with what's unfamiliar. You've got to make what's unknown known. You can't move on to the second step until you've done the first one. So we have to go back and think, who taught me that I'm not enough? Who told me I wasn't worth it? What did they know? Were they right? Was there ever true? And even if it was, does it have to be true today? When you question a belief, you know what happens? You don't believe it. Question a belief, introduce doubt, and then you can start to put in a new belief. I am enough, I am worthy, I do deserve everything with bells on. When you've done the first bit, and when or if you're committed, you can do the second bit of manifesting, but you can't do one, can't do two until you've done one. So the first bit, I know I'm repeating it a lot, but the repetition is the mother of all skills. Here's a rule of the mind. The mind learns by repetition. So you're going to repeat, I'm worthy, I'm enough, I'm worthy. And then, what does it require of you? What are you going to have to learn or do? How are you going to have to go out of your comfort zone to get that? See, if you want love, you can't sit on the couch and go and find, unless you want the Amazon guy or girl to be your partner, or the postman. People who succeed do what they do not want to do to get to where they want to. They take action almost every day. And they get setbacks and they bounce back like a big rubber ball. They don't hear no, they hear maybe later. They hear delay, not a denial. And so when you look at what you want, you must really look at what you have to do, because you're going to have to do something. And then when you've done that, guess what? Because you did step one, I'm worth it, you can do step three. You can't do step three if you haven't done something. Yeah, I want that, but it's too difficult, too hard, too out of my comfort zone. It requires too much of me. What if it fails? If you do step one, it'll help you do step two, and it will motivate you to do what you have to do in step three. Because you always have to look at what you have to do to get the thing you want. And when you can see what you have to do, you can go on to step three, which is doing it with a belief of I'm worth it, I deserve it. So there's always three steps to manifesting. There isn't one, and it isn't just sitting like that with your legs crossed in a field going, I'm going to do one more thing. We're going to do a manifestation meditation. You know, I dreamt this whole thing when I was in Thailand. It was so weird. I woke up and I had this idea in my head for something called an ice meditation. I thought, ice? I install code. I install what I want, code, I raise the rest. And I thought, that doesn't, so in the end I got it right. I got it to be nicer, which is, this is something new. I'm installing in myself what I require. I'm coding it and I'm erasing the old and I'm repeating it. So what we're going to all do, and by the way, again, meditation doesn't have to take an hour. It can take a minute. You can do this for a minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes a day. You can do it for 2 minutes, 3 times a day. I wanted to make a really fast meditation that was powerful, that worked, and this is it. The first step you can do it with your eyes closed. I'm going to show you first. The first thing you do is you touch the area in between your third eye. And you say out loud, what I require for myself is, don't have to say it yet, but you can. What I insist for myself is, and what I am giving to myself is. And that could be being an amazing speaker at Mindvalley. It could be writing a great book. It could be having a great product. It could be being a great parent, having a baby, finding love, being healthy. When you've done that step, you then open out your hands like this, and you're going to code in, what does that feel like? What does it feel like to have that thing? What does it look like? What does it sound like? You can even see what it tastes like. We talk about, the smell of success. I can smell the money, the taste of success. Use all your senses. And then you're going to repeat the whole thing. So new, impress, code, erase, repeat. New, impress, code, erase, repeat. You're going to impress upon yourself, install, instruct your mind with what you require. You're going to open out your hands and code. What does that feel like? What does it look like? What does it sound like? But really do it. What does it feel like? Feel it in your body. Feel that feeling of having wealth, love, joy, success. And then really notice, how do you walk? How do you talk? What do you look like? What do you sound like when you say, hey, no one can do this job better than me? So this and this and this really takes a minute. We've all got a minute. People say, oh, I'm so busy. But there's a time when you're in the shower, even on the loo, there's times when there's nothing else you're going to do. Cleaning your teeth, you can even do it then. But I want you to do it. Don't remember who goes, yeah, I learned something, it was interesting. You have to do it. There are people who listen and people who do. So go away today doing it, because it will probably change your life. It certainly changed mine. And manifesting really means believing in yourself enough to see what you want and do it. Manifesting doesn't mean that. It means manifest who you are. Go back to, why are you here? What is your gift? Because we're all here to find out what our gift is and to share it with the whole world. You're not supposed to keep your gift to yourself. Imagine if Ed Sheeran never sang a song, if Eminem never sang a song. You're supposed to find your gift and share it. You're here to find out what your gift is, to be amazing at it, and to share it with the whole world. Believe in yourself, because when you believe in yourself, magic happens. Thank you. Okay, I could stay here forever, but I have to go. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.